I am Tony Parker from the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers.
I'm Nick Young. You tune in to Kicks on Court.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Kicks on Court Weekly Recap. I'm your host George Kill, and on today's show, Warriors wingman Andre Iguodala recalls his most memorable PEs, while curator Marcus Troy tells the backstory of how his joint Bespoke Air Force One with Iguodala originated. But first, let's begin with the top 5 Kicks on Court surprises of the week. Thaddeus Young became the first player to wear the camouflage penny 5 on court. PJ Tucker debuted the Forging Iron LeBron 11, while Marcus Morris recorded his season high of 19 points in an almost identically colored ID 11. Austin Rivers rocked a Picasso Custom Crazy Light 3, and Andre Drummond had the biggest surprise, literally biggest surprise of the week, with his wear of a size 18 oxidized green 14. Now, IDs and customs have taken over the hardwood this season, but player exclusives remain an enormous part of the Kicks on Court landscape. One of the players who consistently wears some of the better PEs is Andre Iguodala. Now this season he has strictly worn the Hyperfuse 2012 low, but over the course of his 10-year career, Andre has had an array of PEs sent his way. From shocks to Stockbroker PEs, check out some of Iggy's favorites.
They did a shoe for me in the playoffs against Orlando. It was a zip up. That was a great shoe. It was kind of a throwback feel. The Hyperfuse, I want to say the first ones, 2010, 2011 season. That was a comfortable shoe. I'm a fan of Hyperfuse lows. I wore them the end of last year and I'm wearing them this year. So I got a lot of different looks. I got about, I want to say 10 different looks. I had like 6 for Denver and 3 here. So a shock from like 06, 07. It had straps, a few straps on it. It's a flight shock. That was one of my favorite shoes as well. The green was kind of like, you know, there's different types of hues of green in the money. So they went with a darker version. And then there was a little bit of hints of gold in it too. So it was a good look. It went well with Green Week too.
Now we'll hear more from Andre later in the show, but now let's check out some of the other notables from the week in Kicks on Court. The Gamma Blue LeBron 11 made an appearance courtesy of Wilson Chandler and JJ Hickson. Isaiah Thomas laced up a new Kamikaze PE, and Amir Johnson brought out the Carmine 6. Tony Roden and Monte Ellis duked it out in silver anniversary 11s. Rudy Gay faced his former team in 3M5s, and the Under Armour trifecta of Kemba Walker, Brandon Jennings, and Grievous Vasquez wore new colorways of the low-top Spawns. Now we've had some great custom corner guests on the show this season, including Mosh, JBF Customs, and Jake Danklus. But today we go in a totally different direction. We recently caught up with curator Marcus Troy to discuss his amazing custom job with Andre Iguodala on the Bespoke Nike Air Force One. Hear how it originated from the man himself.
Andre and his team had reached out to me, and we were trying to work together to build his brand off court. Obviously, like, he's a great basketball player, he does a lot of great things on court, but the world doesn't know Andre, the creative, the businessman, the philanthropist, the fashion, stylish guy. And we kind of wanted to, I guess, build upon that part of him. You know, in working with Andre, our whole goal was to showcase that side to the world. And I always thought it would be a great idea to maybe do some bespokes and show his creative side and, you know, align both of our taste for style and luxury. Several months later, we got the appointment at Nike Bespoke, and we went into the creative process of designing these shoes. And we had a few ideas. We tossed around a lot of different ideas on, you know, luxury, high-end. Right now, in this luxury sneaker market, there are a lot of silhouettes that use, you know, high-end leathers and croc skins or snake skins. And we want to give it that feel. But we still wanted to be inspired by what Dre loves, which is like the Jordans. And we kind of like meshed the two, and we made this like beautiful bespoke. We laser etched his new logo that we designed on the back end. And we made a special pair for him, which was the lunar bottoms, because I think Nike was only allowing 1 lunar sole per month in the bespoke. And it just so happened this was like the 11th one. They were allowed 10 maybe. This was like the 10th one. So Andre got to do some lunar soles on the same top. So we mixed the colors red. There was this gradient gray. It was like a gray fading into black, which looked really luxury. I mean, I don't know if I want to say this, but it kind of reminds you a bit of the Balenciagas and you know, some of those shoes that have like the the gradient of the materials. Leather line, obviously, and laser etched the back. The ombre was, it says 1 of 10 because there are only 10 pairs. Because it's a collaborative effort, I put my spin on it and he put his spin on it, and I think the shoe came out really beautiful. If there was ever a bespoke challenge, I think that that shoe would definitely be up there in one of the preferred bespokes from people.
Now, seeing that the Stockbroker PE was one of Andre's favorites, we were interested to see what both parties thought about a Stockbroker Bespoke. Are they on the same page?
Bespoke, oh, that'd be crazy. I guess the laser print, whether I put it on the tongue or on the back, but the shoe would be a lasering of a dollar sign, or not even, or just a hint of a dollar bill or $100 bill. So, or you put different faces of different presidents on it.
When I'm thinking Stockbroker, I'm thinking leather. Obviously, I'm thinking leather. I'm thinking rich mahogany leather. I'm thinking browns. I'm thinking briefcases. I'm thinking pinstripe. There's a lot of things that come to mind when I think Stockbroker. If we were to go into the lab again and do another bespoke from a Stockbroker standpoint, I can picture it being like the interior of a Bentley, right? Like the softest leather possible. Like a stockbroker, for the most part, they get bespoke suits. They get their suits tailored and bespoke, made to measure, made to fit them perfectly. And they work with the master craftsmen to make sure that the suit fits them exactly the way they want, from the pocket square to the collar to every single detail. So I think we would spend a lot more time mastering what this shoe would look like and present it in a completely different way. I'm not sure how Nike would go about that, but I think that would be my vision for a Andre Iguodala Stockbroker inspired shoe.
Now, good news. We have partnered with Marcus Troy and Andre Iguodala to release a pair of these Bespokes to one lucky viewer next week. Now, I can assure you there'll be some good Andre Iguodala trivia regarding his kicks on court next week, so keep it locked and do your research. Let's take a look at what you guys have been wearing in my Fave 5 of your kicks on court. M23 David took it back to the Lebron 7. Our very own staff writer Jordan Howenstein wore the 11 lows with a very nice lace swap. ODL Jarrell sported the gloves, and B. Pelleriti 5 laced up the Meteorology KD6. Coming in at number 1 this week is the shoe game today in the Nike Zoom Lebron 5. Now, as always, keep it locked each and every Friday for your Kicks on Court news here. I'm your host, George Kill, and before we close, check out our Heat highlight of the week featuring Gerald Green's emphatic dunk in the Suns version of the Reebok Shaq Attack. Now, many of you might think this was on DeMarcus Cousins, but I personally think he arrived to the play late. But let us know in the comment section your thoughts on this dunk.
Backdoor. Quick line throw down by been in the dunk contest on a couple occasions, and I think you can see why he was a strong contender each time.